I'm Evan Kaplan. I'm CEO of InfluxData. Influx was started about 4 years ago. Our founder and my partner, Paul Dix, had a very clear view about everything that was wrong with collecting time series kind of data. He had worked on Wall Street to work with what's called tick data and built a number of time series platforms on existing databases and just came with a strong conviction that this could be done a lot better. As we see the physical world being increasingly instrumented with more and more sensors, whether it's through healthcare, your wearables, industrials, your home, whatever, you're seeing a sensorification, if you will, of the physical world. All of those sensors are spitting out data all the time about what's changing: pressure, temperature, heat, volume. All of that data has to be stored somewhere and then processed somewhere. We're the platform that a lot of people are doing that with. Those are hardware, good sort of what they call Internet of Things or IoT examples. On the software side, you can take IBM's cloud service. When you deploy a service in their cloud, you're allocating an amount of bare metal servers. You want to know how much memory, how much CPU, how much heat on those servers. You instrument that with Influx and you can see a dashboard that says exactly what your servers are doing in the IBM cloud. We were relatively early to the market of saying, hey, with these instrumentation workloads taking off, then clearly people are going to need these dedicated platforms to handle this kind of ingest of millions and billions of data points. And that's what we do really well. Most of the new infrastructure that's getting deployed for new applications in cloud is built on the idea that people want open source distributions to start and build that work. Open source has a natural business model, which is developers download the code, they build services and applications with it, and they don't actually raise their hand or call us until they're ready to scale it out. And our business model is they pay us for software that allows them to scale it out. That model is very sales efficient because I don't have an evangelical selling process. I have to go to a large corporation and say, wouldn't you like a new time series data platform? That's a hard conversation to have. What's an easier conversation is have, hey, listen, we're already running 3 of your Influx servers. We think this stuff is great. We'd like to run this as a standard across the whole corporation. How do we engage with you to do that? IoT represents about 20 to 25% of our business, and the software side of the world represents about 75%. Some venture capital companies are starting to fund some competitors. But if you look at sort of the industry rankings and popularities, we are larger than the next 9 combined at this point. Battery's timing was excellent. They got involved just as we had our first quarter of real revenue. So I think from a venture point of view, it was a very smart investment. The team that showed up, Dharmesh and Avi and Dan and eventually Max, were just excellent. At each point in the process, you engage with a venture capital firm from the first time that you pitch to them to the follow-up. Do you feel like they're doing what they say they're going to do? Are they on a trajectory to get an answer? And Battery just did a really excellent job. About 4 years ago, there were about 2,000 active sites using our platform. Today, there are about 120,000 active sites. When I first started, our average deal size would have been $1,000. Now our average deal size is approaching $60,000. The instrumentation workload is going through the roof, both for the physical world and for the virtual world. And these kinds of databases are going to become the platform of record, sort of the tabula rasa for all of that data. And so that market is way larger than I would have anticipated 2 years ago. And nothing in the last 2 years as we've grown our business on the back of some very large customers has led me to think otherwise. Last year, we grew our revenue by 6x. And we hopefully go by at least 3x this year. Everybody that we've hired here over the last year and a half has seen the movie multiple times before of growth, both the good sides and the bad side. And so we're coming at this with a mature, grounded perspective on the opportunity. And I think we've built a team that can execute against it. So if the market holds up and we don't do anything too stupid, we should be in pretty good shape over the next 3 or 4 years.